Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something fascinating, these invisible threads that connect our everyday lives to the bigger picture of nature. It's this incredible, delicate balance, and you might be surprised just how deep those connections really go.
Okay, I know. It sounds like a weird question, right? But the answer connects every single one of us to some of the biggest challenges our planet is facing. Just stick with me here, and it'll all make sense. It all kicks off with that sound, the one that drags you out of bed every morning. But that little alarm, it's actually the first domino in a huge chain reaction of environmental impacts. And that chain stretches way beyond your bedroom, out into the world in ways you probably haven't even thought about.
I mean, just think about it for a second. The water you used to wash your face, it came from a river. The grain in your breakfast cereal, it grew in a field. And the electricity for your lights, it was generated at a power plant miles and miles away. Every single tiny choice we make plugs us right into this massive global network.
So get this. Before you've even walked out the front door, you've already interacted with the environment in, like, dozens of different ways. It just goes to show how tangled up our daily routines are with the world around us. Okay, so let's make sure we're on the same page. When we say environment, what are we really talking about? Well, it's everything. The air you're breathing, the water, plants, animals, but also the man-made stuff like buildings and roads. It's literally the whole shebang, everything around you.
And here's the thing, we humans, we're a huge force of change in that environment. We build stuff, we grow food, we invent amazing things. But all that activity, it creates waste, it causes disruption. Every single road we pave or field we plow sends these ripples out into the homes of all the other living things we share the planet.
So that brings us to a really important question. Are the things we're doing helping or are they harming? Because pretty much every choice we make can either give a boost to the plants and animals around us or it can hurt them. It's like this constant back and forth, this environmental tug of war.
And you know what? These actions can be super simple. I'm talking about things like planting some flowers in your yard or putting out seeds for birds. That can actually help local critters thrive. On the flip side, paving over a park to put up a building or letting pollution get into a stream, that can make those same populations shrink, or worse, disappear completely.
Now, when that shrinking gets really, really bad, a certain word starts getting thrown around. But what does it actually mean for a species to be endangered?
Right, so an endangered species isn't just, hard to find. It's way more serious. It means their numbers have dropped so low that they are teetering on the edge of disappearing from the planet forever. And it's really important to understand how this happens. It's a progression. A species might start out as threatened. That's kind of like the yellow warning light. If things keep getting worse, they become endangered. That's the final stop before extinct. And once a species is extinct, that's it. There's no coming back.
So what's pushing all these species down this dangerous path? Well, there's actually a really handy little acronym that helps us remember all the biggest threats.
All you have to do is remember the word hippo. Nope, not the animal. It's an acronym for the 5 biggest threats that plants and animals are up against. Let's break it down, letter by letter. H is for habitat loss. That's when we clear forests to build cities or farms. I is for introduced species. Think of plants or animals from somewhere else that come in and totally take over. The first P is for pollution. The second P is for human population growth, which, just puts more and more pressure on everything. And finally, O is for overconsumption. Things like pulling way too many fish out of the ocean. And the scale of this, wow, it's just staggering. Some estimates say that a whopping 75% of all bird species are endangered. Over 60% of primates, our closest relatives in the animal kingdom, are facing that same risk. And it's not just animals. About 1 out of every 10 types of plants is also in danger of disappearing. So with this crisis getting worse and worse, people started demanding that something be done. And that led to the creation of one of the most important environmental laws ever passed in the US. Now, there were some earlier laws, but the real game changer was the Endangered Species Act of 1973. This thing had serious power, and if you want proof that it can work, just look at the bald eagle. It was actually taken off the list in 2007 because its population recovered so well. So how does this law actually work? Basically, it creates an official list of species that are in trouble. Once a plant or animal is on that list, it's illegal to mess with them. And the places where they live get protected too. And it's a huge deal to get a species on or off that list. It's not something that happens overnight.
The Act has two main levels of protection. You can think of threatened, like a yellow traffic light. It's a serious warning that a species is in trouble. But endangered? That's the red light. It means a species is in immediate, critical danger of going extinct.
And all of this brings us to where we are now. It's a story that's still being written, filled with some amazing success stories, but also some really tough challenges that we're still grappling with today. Let's go back to the bald eagle for a minute. By 1963, things were bleak. I mean, really bleak. In the entire United States, there were only about 400 nesting pairs left. The national symbol was literally about to vanish.
But check this out. Fast forward to today, and thanks to years and years of hard work under the Act, that number isn't 400 anymore. It's soared to around 10,000 pairs. It's just incredible proof that these conservation efforts can actually work.
But, and this is a big but, here's where it gets really complicated. This isn't just about the animals. The true challenge is finding a balance between protecting these species and also respecting people's lives, their jobs, their communities, their traditions.
And really, that leaves us with the million-dollar question, doesn't it? How do we strike that balance? How do you weigh the survival of an entire species against the needs of a human community? There are absolutely no easy answers here, but trying to find that balance, that's both the biggest challenge and maybe the greatest opportunity we face right now.